I really enjoyed Swimming with Sharks and both of your performances in it, so congratulations.
Thank you.
Diane, I'll start with you. Your character, Joyce, comes across as this controlling, very mean-spirited CEO, but she also has her vulnerabilities and is herself being abused and manipulated by Redmond. So despite her more toxic elements, how much can you say that you sympathize with her?
I mean, as a woman, I sympathize and have a lot of empathy for her struggles to have it all, right? I think for so many generations, women have tried to be in positions of power and get those jobs and get that paycheck and have that life that was reserved for men. And yet, because we're women, you know, we also have that desire, or most of us have that desire for family and children, and we keep pushing things back, thinking we're going to get to it. And that's something I relate to for sure, you know, so I do have a lot of empathy for that. Do I think she's a great leader, a great example of female leadership? No. But, you know, it was definitely fun to play that kind of bad behavior.
Yeah, I definitely love all of those nuances. And then with Lou, she appears at first to be an ordinary intern trying to make it in Hollywood, but then we slowly learn more about her motivations and backstory. So Kiernan, how would you categorize Lou? Is she a victim or a villain?
I think she's probably a bit of both. I think that she is a victim to a horrible childhood, and I think she has a lot of unprocessed trauma, and I think there's a larger conversation around mental health there to be had, and at the same time she does very bad things, and for me, I think playing her, and while I was playing her, I would probably not even want to remotely consider her a villain, because that's no way of really making sense of a character or their motivations. Right. I understood why she did what she did and why she felt like she had to do things the way that she did. But when I now watch it, and you watch it from sort of a bird's eye view, yeah, she made horrible decisions and she did very bad things and things that should be consequential, like she's not okay. But I think that playing her, I do sympathize with her and her wants and her needs and the fact that, you know, she's kind of in a loveless life, and people do bad things.
Yeah, definitely. She's a very complex character.
Yeah.
And Lou's obsession with Joyce is a huge part of this narrative, and it's obviously taken to the extreme in this show. But I want to know from both of you, who is the person you've idolized the most in your career? Diane, you can start.
Quite a lot of people. I mean, it changes, right? When I was a kid, it was definitely Michael Jackson, and then it became Don Johnson. I lost
too.
Yeah, right. It's like, so when I met Don Johnson, I literally lost it, and it was not cute, and it's been documented.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
That's so funny. He was my friend's dad growing up, so he was always like the dad to me. And when then I realized he was iconic.
Yes.
Like later on, I was like, oh my God, that's like my friend's dad.
So I don't know. I think as I've grown older, I idolize people that I truly believe to be geniuses in a creative way, right? That are so out there and different from even my way of thinking, right? So it doesn't necessarily have to be another actor. It can be a director. It can be anything from a set designer to a writer, right? Just someone who sees life through a different lens. I find that intoxicating and completely irresistible.
Kiernan, how about you?
There's so many people. I mean, it's very hard to pinpoint an exact person, because there's so many actors and actresses that I could just watch in any role and be completely taken with and whatnot. And I think there's a lot of people also in my life that the people I mean, person I think I admire most in my life is probably my mom, honestly, and she's not in the industry at all. But it comes in waves. I'm consistently inspired by like new people creatively. I feel like I've never really landed on like one person as the fixation, and maybe that's a good thing. I don't know, to have just more like there's a ton of people I find super interesting, but I don't know if there's necessarily one that kind of wins out over everyone else.
Damn it.
You know,
Diane
would be the person if I were to pick one. If I had to narrow it down.
Yeah, great answer. All right. Well, thank you both for your time today. Congratulations on this show,
so
and
much.
I wish you both the best.
Oh, thank you. You
Same.
too.
Have a nice day.